in the building.
The street executives. Georgia Muscle Box.
DJ. Technique.
What's happening, everybody? Of course, it's your host, Young Brink. You're tuning in to the #1 music and entertainment TV show in Memphis and the Mid-South, talking about BrinkTV. Now, joining me, we got a familiar face to the BrinkTV show. I'm talking about my homie and yours, Lil White. What's happening, man?
How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing
Happy
well.
holidays.
Hey, believe that, man. Of course, first thing I gotta say, man, I like them shoes too. But first thing I
had to throw them blue 12s up in there.
Blue, my favorite color. But
blue suede J's. I think Elvis would wear these if he was still alive.
Matter of fact, you the new Elvis.
You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
but
know.
I gotta say thanks for coming on the show.
Man, thank you,
bro.
Thank you very much.
Now we got a lot to talk about. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's talk about, of course we're gonna talk about Doubt Me Now, but I want to talk about the origin of Lil White. You know, how did you get your start in music?
Man, high school.
Okay.
High school and just listening to Memphis music, man. Memphis music is really the only thing that really got me into it. Once I realized that the 3-6 Mafias and all these gangster blacks and stuff. Like, once I realized that you didn't have to be from New York,
right,
LA, Miami, Chicago, or some of these big cities to be a rapper, I was like, I'm gonna try this.
Right.
Let me give this a shot. And
so those were a lot of the people that you named. Those were who you had in your headphones. That's who you were
for sure. I actually had a Hypnotized Minds medallion cut out of a CD case on my mirror in 9th grade.
Yeah.
So every morning before I walked out to school, I would look at that medallion, and it was something about it. It was just staring at me, like hypnotizing me.
Yeah.
So to come back 15 years later, years later, with it tattooed on me and the stories, it makes sense looking back at that thought,
Now you mentioned 9th grade. Let me see if I can rewind to my 10th grade year. We in algebra class. I'm talking about 2000.
I actually got the name Lil White in algebra class.
Really?
Swear to God.
That's what's up. And Lil Black gave you that, right?
Lil Black.
Homie Lil Black. Shout out to
Lil Black.
That was your first manager, right?
My first manager. We was a tag team, man. Like we would come to the lunchroom and just shut it down.
Matter of fact, he was the one that kind of inspired you to stop freestyling and start writing.
He told me straight up. He said, "Man, don't freestyle, man." Yeah. We actually had we had a little system nobody knew about, and I'll tell it now.
Yeah.
We would in algebra class.
Yeah.
Algebra was right before lunch. We would literally write like 8 to 12 bars and rehearse it as quick as we could.
Yeah.
This is after he told me to start writing.
Right.
And we would tag team back and forth, and no one could figure out how we were doing it. And what it was we didn't think we'd ever use algebra in our lives, so we sat in the back of the class and wrote raps.
Yeah.
So like by the time we went to the lunchroom, 30 minutes, 45 minutes later, we had it down.
Yeah.
And I mean, we would go and shut them down. And to all the homies that went to West Side back in the day that could not figure out how me and Lil Black did that, Black, I'm busting us out. We wrote them raps down right before we went to lunch, and we slaughtered all y'all.
Yeah.
Salute to Lil Black, man.
That's what's up. So 10th grade, algebra class, we wasn't allowed to bring no radios and nothing in there. So I used to sneak my radio in class, like everybody else did. Wasn't supposed to.
Sony Discman.
The Discman, yeah. We was past tapes by then.
Oh, yeah.
So, we had the Discman. So I'm listening to Hot 107, and they play this brand new song. Of course you know what song. It's Just a Good Old Boy. Had the sample from the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yes, sir.
It was Lil White. I'm talking about the whole classroom was blown away. I ain't know you was white. Matter of fact, nobody knew you was white, but you was hard. You was bumping.
I think there's people that still don't know I'm white.
You think so?
Probably.
And it's crazy with all this social media. They probably still don't know.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Shout out to DJ Swerve, man. DJ Swerve is the one who he actually took that record out of DJ Boogaloo's bag and put it on Make It or Break It.
Yeah.
And everybody made it, man. And nobody say, everybody loved the song, man. It kind of took. Shout out to Waylon Jennings. Shout out to my boy Struggle, which is Waylon Jennings' grandson, man. That's where the sample came from the original Dukes of Hazzard song. And Yeah, man, that song kind of just, Paul and Juicy were slick. They brought me out on that. Me being a white dude, doing a Dukes of Hazzard sample,
right.
Nobody knowing I'm white, everybody knew that song.
Right.
Like we were talking about, like everybody knew the song, but no, a lot of people didn't know I was white for a while. But then that's when they followed it up with Crash the Club.
Exactly.
Which was they went from like, okay, let's see if we can get the country boys and let's get the hood. And let's combine them and see how we can run it. Whichever one does better, we'll just go with it. And they both did well. Like I mean, now it's at like 400,000 copies sold, independent, no video, no single.
Yeah.
Just straight word of mouth, man.
And I'm talking about from there, we went to Finally Famous. I'm talking about BET 106 and Park, all that.
Yeah.
If you acting like we gonna treat them. Like I mean, hey, tell me about it, man.
Man, it was a ride, man. You know, like when you see them videos on TV, you know, that's what gives you that moment where you're like, yo, I'm on TV. And I'll never forget it. My dad actually saw the video on TV before I did. Rest in peace, Pops. He actually saw the video before I did. And he called me. I think I was living in East Memphis at the time, and he was like, boy, you on the radio. I mean, you on TV, boy. You on BET. I was like, what are you doing watching BET? He's well, you said it was coming on this week, so I haven't let the TV change off the channel.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's what's up, Bob. That's what's up. And ever since then, man, you know, like it just kind of just took off.
I mean, in all honesty, man, it's like you were one of the people that helped pave the way, because I mean, think about it. Being young from Memphis, and then you see Memphis on TV. I'm talking about national TV, like that did a lot for us.
Right.
Back in the day, like it really did a lot for us. It was a lot of influence with that, you know.
And see, that's how I was seeing 3 6 Mafia on TV. Like that's kind of why I wanted to start. Like when I would see, like the Who Run It video.
Right.
The Who Run It video, like I was just talking to somebody recently about this. Like, you know, that was the first time that a Cadillac Escalade was ever shown in a video.
Wow.
There was no commercials for Escalades back then.
You're right.
People were like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
And it was like, what they called them Cadillac trucks because they didn't know what to call them.
You're right. Yeah.
I got a gray Escalade right now.
Yeah.
For real. Like, but so I mean, like you said, seeing your own city on TV like that really makes you feel like you got a chance.
Yeah, you're right. Now let me ask you this. You know, you've been on the road doing a lot of shows, done a lot of stuff. What has been like the one person you met celebrity-wise that just blew you away? I can't believe I'm meeting this person right now. Who is that?
Whew. I'm not gonna lie, man. This is gonna sound pretty cliche, man, but it's still to this day DJ Paul, man.
Okay.
DJ Paul, like when I first met Paul, walked in the studio. I mean, I've met a lot of people, man. I met Jay-Z in the Bahamas. That was a mind-blowing experience. But like, Paul was actually sitting in a black leather chair, like a office chair.
Right.
And I said, "What's up?" to everybody in the room. I'm young, I'm 17. I'm in 3 6 Mafia Studios. There's plaques everywhere. There's beats playing from upstairs. And he like spins around in the chair like Dr. Evil.
Right.
And he's like, "You must be Lil White."
Yeah.
So before I could introduce myself to DJ Paul, he already knew who I was.
I already knew.
And that was just like that was that moment for me, man.
Yeah.
I talked to Paul for like 2 hours the other night, and just to be able to still have such a solid, you know, friendship with dude and a relationship. I mean, I look at him like a father, you know what I'm saying? So
right.
Definitely salute to DJ Paul, man.
Now let's talk about new music. Now this Saturday you dropping what?
This Saturday, White Christmas 666. I didn't give you White Christmas 5 last year because I was on the road, I was touring, but I have, this will be the 6th, and technically it'll be the 5th installment, but it's called White Christmas 666. Dropping this Saturday. Yeah, Saturday.
Okay.
Christmas Eve, baby. But it's really just bangers with just old Christmas samples in there, man. I'm just having fun with it. Just having fun with it. Kind of gearing up for my new album. Sometimes I get stuck in a little slump where I get unmotivated and I gotta find fun stuff to make it fun again. And when I get ready to drop this new album, though, New White Order, be ready. And if you don't have what it takes to make it in this game, don't come at me. I'm serious. I'm fully seasoned.
That's what's up.
Fully seasoned.
The mixtape's coming out Saturday. Where you guys gonna be Friday? What y'all doing?
Friday we will be at High Tone on Cleveland for the Memphis as Blank Christmas Jam. And if you are Memphis as Blank, you should be there. It's gonna be hosted by Fraser Boy, Al Capone, and myself. It's gonna be jumping. We did one. This is the third annual. Last year was crazy. We had a ball, man. Everybody had a blast. Brought in a good time. You know what I'm saying? And then and we're following it right up. New Year's Eve, guitar drop, baby, at the Hard Rock. Shout out to Julie and Sally. Me, Fraser Boy, Al Capone will all be on stage. We'll have Ashton Riker, Andrew Sano on stage. Shout out to my guys. We're gonna be doing Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, which me and Fraser Boy just shot the video for. It's a banger. We kept it very classy. You know, we're growing up, man. We're turning into, you know, grown men, you know. Well-groomed, good-looking grown men, you know what I'm saying? So, New Year's Eve this year is gonna be nice. I can't wait. I'm actually really excited.
That's what's up. And of course, I remember last year it was like 2, 3, 4, 500,000 people out there.
Crazy.
Man. And the cool thing about it was Memphis. Everybody came together. It was peaceful. With no problems, no nothing.
Yep.
Now, speaking of Memphis, no problems. We saw you on the news recently, man.
Going back to New Year's Eve, shout out to the host last year was old Scott Mattis from Fox 13. So
segue.
Yeah. Pretty much, I missed a court date. Turned myself in on a misdemeanor, failed to appear the day after Halloween. Took the kids trick-or-treating, went to go turn myself in. It was one of those like, all right, girls, all right, boys, I'll see y'all tomorrow. And I gotta go, daddy, gotta go handle some business. You know, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Right. Turned into a 2-week ordeal. They lost my paperwork in the system 3 different times.
Wow.
Like my girl couldn't even find me for 3 days. They didn't know where I was at. Yeah. So they wouldn't let us use phones. It was just crazy, man. It was like there was a lot of confusion down there, and yeah, it sucked. I missed some shows. I missed the jam session with Snoop Dogg and Fraser Boy at Royal Studios. Man, a lot of stuff got messed up in that little 2 weeks. You'd be amazed at how much facial hair you could grow in 2 weeks, man. I was blown. I was like, God, I got a Duck Dynasty going on, man.
Man, we talking about eating shit on the shank for 2 weeks straight.
Man, it was crazy, man, yeah.
Man, hey, but I'm sure things will work themselves.
Oh, they will work themselves out. Yeah. What is, you know, a little bit of lawyers.
Hey, believe that. Go ahead and give them all your social media. That way they can keep up with you.
Man, check me out on Twitter. I'm always on Twitter at Lil_White_LIL_WYTE_ On Instagram, it's at Lil White. Just all together, no spaces. And Lil White on Facebook, music page, all 3 which have the blue verified check. If you are talking to somebody on one of my social media pages that don't have a blue verified check, you are not talking to me. I will say that one more time. You're not talking to me if it's not one of them blue checks. And for any booking or any shows, or if anybody want a feature, if y'all call this weekend, I might give you a little Christmas gift, you know, a little deal, you know, something. Call Wendell, 901-674-7785. 901-674-7785. Ask for Wendell and tell him you're trying to get to work. And let's get it, man. I'm down to work always.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, last question. You know, if it's an aspiring artist out there watching, they thinking about giving up, what advice would you have for them?
Off top, think about why you want to give up. Think about why you got in it anyway. If you're not good enough and you just want to give up, then please get out of our way. Let us do our thing. There's people that are. If you don't have the money and you just can't afford it or something, you know, talk to some folks. You know, get around just people that really respect your craft. And if you've got homies and fans and homegirls and like young homies that like see something there that maybe you don't, like, you know, reach out, try to get some investment. You know what I mean? Like it's a rough business. This game is no joke. I lucked up, very lucked up, like young teenager signed to 3-6 Mafia. I lucked up. I'm not fixing to sit there and tell you I went through the whole mixtapes thing, because I didn't. But for anybody that's really thinking about giving up, you gotta ask yourself if you're giving up for the right reasons. If you're giving up when you know you're talented, you know, maybe just take a break. Maybe don't give up completely. You know, take a break, get your mind together, figure out which direction you want to go, because music is changing daily. So if you got some hot song and you think you're finna run the airwaves for the next 2 years, you're wrong, because there's something new on the radio every 5 seconds. So, and just because you got a computer, a microphone, some speakers, and your home, and one homeboy is like, yo, that's double bumping, that does not mean you are bumping, okay? Like, you got to have more than one person tell you you're good.
Yeah.
And if it's your girl, women usually have good ears.
Yeah.
But women also love their man.
That's true.
So, you know, you got to have an audience, man. Make sure that, you know, what you got going is worth putting the time and effort into. And don't just give up on yourself anyway. Why would you do that?
That's right. Hey, I couldn't have said it no better. With that being said, man, thanks again for coming on the show.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for sure.